Hello and welcome to day 60 of Getting Good at Talking. I'm Leah and I'm recording myself every day talking to camera so that I can get better at talking to camera. I'm sitting in a room again. That's my dog Chubbs, who just exited the frame and huffed and puffed and laid down. It's been raining all day. I'm sitting in front of a window so I can, it's stopped raining right now, so I want to do this before we go on a quick walk before it starts to rain again, because we've been inside all day. It's a Saturday, which means it's a run day, and I didn't run. I'll run tomorrow. But yeah, I'm sitting atop a yoga block, in case you're wondering. Like, these are my legs. I just posted up in front of the window because it's still light outside. It's just cloudy. And I thought, since the last time I recorded inside, I was also wearing this. But I thought, why not take advantage of having props, when I'm inside? So we're going to talk about the books that I've been reading. And I just finished this one, Raising Human Beings. I finished this one today. Was it worth the read? I mean, it was a quick read. So, because I didn't read it every day, and I got through it pretty quickly. The big overview is like, if your kids are experiencing challenges, meeting expectations, talk to them first. That's like the big takeaway. Talk to your kids first. Ask them questions. Be curious about your kids. And it's kind of like a duh thing, but a lot of parents want to believe they know what's best, but they don't always know what's best. And your kid actually knows what's best for them. Anyway, that's the big overview. Decent book. Decent. I still have, so the first book I ever got from one of those little libraries was this one, The 3 Waves of Volunteers and the New Earth by Dolores Cannon. I had heard of Dolores Cannon. I'd seen like videos of hers on, she's passed away. I don't know what year she passed away, but she's, I'd seen videos of hers floating around social media. And so this caught my eye in one of those little libraries. I was like, that piques my interest. And so I had this book for months before I decided to open it up and read it. Why? I don't know. It was like when I knew I was ready to read it, I read it. And this one, it was before I started using a highlighter. So, what are you doing? You got a piece of wood? I'll just let him chew on that for a moment. Oh, he dropped it. Yay. So I tabbed a few pages, but this is, so this book is basically a lot of sessions with her various clients, like so many clients, and it's conversational. It's like has what the client said, what she said, what the client said. I don't know if they have books like this on Audible, and I wonder, actually, yes, they do, because someone mentioned one in a video I was watching, and I didn't do any research. I just downloaded it. I have quite a few, what do you call them, credits. So I was like, I'll just get this one. And it was conversational with clients, like this one. I really enjoyed this book. It opened my eyes to a lot of perspectives I hadn't considered. So like Earth isn't the only planet. And of course there are other life forms. And of course, we've come into contact with them before, just like, I don't know. I guess it would be considered one of the more woo-woo books about extraterrestrials, and I just found it fucking fascinating. The only thing is it's a softback, a soft cover. What do you call it? Not a hardcover book. And when you got into the meat of it, it was like there's like not much margin. And so I really had to use my muscles with this one. That was the only thing I didn't enjoy about this book. Other than that, I was like, yes, give me more, please. Although I haven't read anything else of hers yet. But I was gonna read. I was like, since I have these props, I could read some from them. I just found it fascinating toward the end, like one of the last chapters. There were sessions with clients of hers who were talking about things that are happening now. Just like basically the state of chaos and how there's a wave of people who are and have been trained to be calm and like baseline during these moments, because there has to be people who can stay level when everything is descending into chaos. And I just enjoyed this one. So if you're like interested in extraterrestrials, and just if you like that style of book that is I don't know if conversational is the right word for it. But if you like that style of book, I would recommend this if you want to like consider some perspectives you might have never thought of. Yeah. Do I want to read any of it? It's like, this is a kind of confusing one to read from, because it is conversational, and it's like they're long and there are questions, you know, so okay, so this client is talking. Oh, I should also mention these clients are in deep trance states. So she is speaking to their higher self or source consciousness, like, yeah, not to their awake state being. Anyway, this client was talking about how, you know, actually, I don't think I'm gonna okay, I'll read this part. The ones who are prepared to see these changes and not crumble in fear will be the pillars on which others will lean on when nothing makes sense to them. It doesn't mean you will provide the truth to them. It just means you are not falling down like they are. So there are people who are the pillars who others will lean on when they're in fear. Anyway, and it goes into detail where I was like, this stuff is happening right now. But I guess it's all kind of cyclical. Like, things happen in cycles. History repeats itself, kind of thing. Yeah, so there's that one. And then this one, The Road Less Traveled. I very, 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 very much enjoyed this one. I very much enjoyed this. I've talked about this one before. It did trigger me because, I mean, books are amazing. Books are incredible. And they just open you up. And I'm watching the birds. This she's easily distracted sitting in front of a window. Oh, a duck's flying by. Okay. This one was really good. I highlight, this is my highlighter journey. This one kicked that off. So okay, so the page I turned to was the one I had tabbed because I think of this when I'm doing this, recording myself. And the author is talking about openness in psychotherapy is particularly encouraged or demanded, depending upon your point of view, by the technique of free association. When this technique is used, the patient is told, put into words whatever comes into your mind, no matter how seemingly insignificant or embarrassing or painful or meaningless. If there is more than one thing in your mind at the same time, then you are to choose to speak that thing about which you are the most reluctant to speak. It's easier said than done. Yes, this is easier said than done. This is also how a lot of, people who channel, they have to do that. Because a lot of times the things that are downloaded and, do not make sense. They don't make sense. But they have to speak them because they're just being the channel. They're just being the channel. And yeah, anyway, so that's something I've had to get more comfortable with. This also just caught my eye. The healing of the spirit has not been completed until openness to challenge becomes a way of life. I know, but it's true. It's true. It has to become a way of life to be fucking uncomfortable. Yeah. Let's see. There are a bunch of nuggets in this one. A bunch. Like, there's some pages where it's just like, oh, this is also a tapped page. Because this one really resonated, I guess. Should I read it all? Okay. I guess I could read my highlights. Okay. I'm like hesitant to do so because there's also so much like additional context that I'm like, I don't want to leave something out that's really important. But why am I worried about that? You can read the book if you want to. Because genuine love involves an extension of oneself, vast amounts of energy are required. And, like it or not, the store of our energy is as limited as the hours of our day. I don't like that. Because, like, I am an endless well of love. But yeah, I mean, everything is energy. So, I mean, it makes sense. Where... Okay. Love, then, is a form of work or a form of courage. Specifically, it is work or courage directed toward the nurture of our own or another's spiritual growth. This really opened up my eyes to what love is. And this book repeats over and over that love is nurturing of your own or another's spiritual growth. And so it does say in this book, the author does say genuine love cannot be, like, you cannot genuinely love pets or animals, which, you know, and maybe I misunderstood. I'm not going to look for that part. But I disagree, because I genuinely love this guy right here. And I know he genuinely loves me. And the genuine love is an extension of myself to nurture his spiritual growth. I know he's on a spiritual path too. It's not the same as mine. He's a dog. I'm a human in this life. I do believe I've been a dog before. I feel very comfortable on the ground. But I also believe that he is nurturing my spiritual growth. Not all the time. Of course, he just wants to sniff butts and, like, eat shit sometimes. But I know he genuinely loves me. So that part of the book, I was like, you can go fuck off. No, I don't say that every time there's a differing opinion. Sometimes I do, but anyways, great book. Highly recommend if you like to be challenged and triggered, and if you are wanting to nurture your own spiritual growth. Then we've got I haven't, this is the book I plan on reading next. It's one of the newer ones I got at one of the little libraries. All of these were at a little library, like one of the free little libraries. The War for Kindness, I plan on starting this today. If I don't start it today, I'll start it tomorrow. And so I started reading this one while I was reading another one already. But, okay. It's this one. It's The Natural Superiority of Women. You can see my bookmark. I didn't get very far because I was kind of like, I know. Yeah. I know. The natural superiority of women. Yeah. So I thought I could hold off on this one because it's just, you know, further support for the natural superiority of women. And yeah, since I didn't make it very far in that one, there hasn't been much highlighting. I did highlight a few quotes in the beginning. True science teaches that the elevation of woman is the only sure road to the elevation of man. Lester F. Ward. Yep. And this one, it's more, it's like, you know, it's just information. It's facts, and yeah, it's just facts, figures, support. Yeah. Those are the books. There are also a few not here right now. Another one I got from the little library at the same time as The Road Less Traveled that I read before The Road Less Traveled was Embraced by the Light. I gave that one to my mom to read, so I don't have it with me. It was a short book, quick read, and it was about this woman's near-death experience. Or do you still call it a near-death experience if you die? Because she did die. This actually happened to her twice, when she was young and then when she was older. Anyway, it was a fascinating look at what her experience was on the other side. And I read that one after this one, which they tied together. So, like, so in the trance-like state, in I don't know what wave it is, like theta, alpha, you know, I don't know my waves. I'm not read up on my waves, but the state that they're in, communicating, and she's communicating with their higher self or a form of consciousness source. A lot of the things they described were the exact same as this woman described in her near-death experience, or whatever you call it. And I just thought that was mind-blowing. Yeah. I also I know that I'm given like these books at the right time for me to read them, when I'm ready and when my spirit is ready to take on this new information. And I also find that fucking fascinating. Like, it took me months to pick this one up. And it was because I was ready. And then the other ones that I've read since have just been like, and along with the books I'd read before that I bought from Barnes & Noble or Audible, everything is just woven so beautifully together to like expand my consciousness. And it's books. I love them. And yeah. Yeah. I know there are really great quotes about reading, and I wish I could think of one right now. But yeah, if you don't read, why not? And like, you don't have to read, like, I like to read a bunch of nonfiction, clearly. But also I'm listening to Remarkably Bright Creatures right now, which is fiction. And I've read a few other fiction books. Not many, but it's just what I like. And so, I don't know, I highly recommend reading to everyone who wants to nurture their spiritual growth and expand their consciousness. And yeah, The Alchemist. And if you have trouble reading physical books, try Audible or like audiobooks. And I listened to The Alchemist, and I highly recommend that because the narrator was great. What else? What else do we have to chit chat about today? I hope you can hear me okay. I'm like, I know I can I can tell I'm speaking differently than when I am outside. And I guess that's, you know, part of my upbringing, inside voices. So I'm not maybe projecting as much as I need to. There. I moved you closer. My lips are a little dry. He's such a good boy. He's such a good boy. I know. I know you know you're a good boy. He's such a good boy. It's like, what is she doing? What is she doing talking into that little box? I was on it earlier, my phone, and he likes to remind me when I need to be off of it, and he'll paw at it, so I'll disconnect from it. One of the ways I know he's nurturing my spiritual growth. Did you just groan at me? Anyway, it's a good time for a groan because we need to go on a walk, because I don't know how long this dry spell will last. Hopefully like an hour. Okay. I think that's it. Oh, just look at his cute face. His cute little face. He's like, whose cute face? Whose cute face are you looking at? It's yours. It's your cute face. It's yours, buddy. Oh. There's nothing out there. I was talking to you. I was talking to you. I was talking to you. Look. Look right here. No, right here. Right here. No, right here. Right here. Look. Look. Okay. He's just wants to look out the window. Okay. I think we're done for today. Oh, this reminds me. My cousin used to tell this joke. I don't really remember the joke, but I remember it was about like a kid riding a bike or something. Or like on the back of a bike with like somebody. And they were going really slow. And they're like this. And then they're like, go faster, go faster, go fast. I don't know. Anybody also know a joke like that? This feels kind of cool. My lips feel cool. It's just like squishy. Okay. Alright. I will see you tomorrow.